All hands on the far left. We have Voss on the far right. In the middle, Bird Kuhn. Bird, if you can make an opening statement, and then we'll ask get some questions for the players. So, Bird.
That was a great win to open the tournament. A 3-0 sweep. It's a good team. I mean, St. John's, they were rolling into the tournament, beating 2 ranked teams. The execution was high level. The first set, I think everyone had a little bit of jitters, but they settled in and we finished that. And I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of the match. So I'm proud of them. The third set, the way they finished, that sent a message. So I'm proud of the way they executed.
Questions for the players?
Well, it seemed like your serves were on and leading to a lot of points today. I know their coach said that watching y'all's serves was a key part. What was kind of working for you and kind of working for your team while you were on the service line?
I think from the service line, what was going through my mind was just like we always talk about like running 2 or 3 points every time someone's up there, and so I think we did a really good job at defense, and so that kind of like offset my serving. Like I would serve them out of system, and then it would give us a chance to run our offense too. And so I think just getting them out of system, we talked about it was like a serve and pass battle, so serving aggressive was a big focus for this game.
Well, and how important has she been this season, especially tonight, with what she can do from the service line?
She's been huge for us. She's become so consistent back there, and so she's able to run some points like she did tonight, and so it's a huge thing for us, and she really got him out of system, so it helps us out a lot.
And Holland, I know Coach won't really talk about it much for herself, but what does it mean to get Coach's first NCAA tournament win?
It's really exciting. I mean, we were super happy, and yeah, we celebrated a little bit, but we're moving on towards Rice, and we're excited to play tomorrow.
I'll start with you. What did you kind of say about this team that you guys were able to shake off, kind of not a slow start, but not an ideal start, and finish off in the third set the way you guys did?
Yeah, I think going out there we had a little bit of jitters, but we reeled it in, and really everyone did their jobs, and that's what we talked about a lot, and so we were able to pull it back together and create a whole game, and so everyone was doing their jobs, and it was a really good team win.
I'll jump in on that. Holland was on, and we went to her at the end of set 1. And I think that's a game changer when you have a go-to attacker that can put a ball away, in system, out of system. So that was steady for us.
And Taylor, kind of the same thing with you. What does it say about the team and the make of the team? They were able to finish so strong in a match that didn't start off exactly how you guys wanted.
Right. I think what got us through, and like we always talk about how we're a grind team and just like working for every single point. Like if we didn't get the last point, then like here we're focusing on this next point. And so I think that's really big. We do a really good job reminding each other, like don't worry about the past plays and just focus on each play at hand. And so I think that was a big key to our success.
Can you talk about how you guys did a good job of starting off each set, building early leads, and how you guys were able to start off momentum in each set? Just what did you guys focus on, and how did you guys do?
I'll start, guys. We talk about clean slate. So every set's a new set. It's executing game plan if we have to make adjustments. The serving was solid for us tonight, and we obviously were receiving 2 of those sets, but that was our offense was on. I mean, the offense carried us, so I think that's really why we had pretty big jumps on them.
How did y'all adjust in set 3 to not even really give them a chance to come back like they did in sets 1 and 2?
That was just the tone that was set. So I think it was more, that was the pressure they were feeling. And I told them in one of the timeouts, this is like attack mode. Like when a team gets like this, now it's you just stay attacking and keep it on them and make them feel it. And like I said, that's a good team. And out of system, we knew they were going to be strong. But once you sense that frustration, you just have to keep attacking. And I'm proud of them for doing that.
We saw huge performances today from Triana Rush and Lauren Davis. Can both of you talk about how each of their growth has kind of helped you guys develop into a better team?
Right. I think from them, just from the beginning of the season to now, they've just like developed, like not even just like volleyball wise, but like they've grown into leadership roles that I think benefit every single person on this team, just like their personalities. And then I think they control the controllables really well, and then that just leads to their success.
Holland, their coach mentioned really an emphasis on their first touches on serves and digs and whatnot. It seemed like they were really. Were you impressed, or were you surprised at all about how well they were able to play defense on some of them? Because it seemed like you really got a hold of a few of those spikes that they were able to return.
For sure. They were a really good and scrappy team, and so all the credit to them for being really great defenders and picking up a lot of balls. And so, yeah, we expected them to be a good team, and so we had to just control our side of the net and adjust to what they were doing defensively, and I think that we adjusted pretty well.
You guys were out handing out donuts and cookies yesterday. I think the 12th man showed out, and how'd that kind of help you guys?
For sure, yes. It was huge for us to have the 12th man out here tonight, and they showed out really great. And we're super thankful for the 12th man support, and so it's huge for us to have that momentum and energy on our side.
Coach, what I just forgot my question. Anybody else?
Want us to feed you the question?
Okay, the student athletes, y'all are excused.
I'll see you guys.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Jay. I'll just sit up here by myself.
All right, did you remember?
Now I remembered my question.
Go ahead.
Taylor, from what she's able to do from the service line and how important she's been as a server, especially up tonight.
They feed off each other. So that, when they talk about that and the things they remind each other of, every one of them has like a secret word or a handshake, but they really reel it in. And we could tell they were focused tonight. But she did serve really well, and we always talk about laser beams and hitting your zones and attacking the passers that we need to attack, and they did well.
In those first two sets, this game was a lot of game of runs, including a lot of timeouts from both sides of both teams. How did your team maintain that momentum and maintain composure during these like long stretches of runs and then timeouts from both teams?
I think that was more just everyone to settle in both sides, their team, our team, because it was pretty extreme at the beginning of that first set. And that, I mean, that was to be expected in this setting, but that's also where we clean slate. Refocus, this is what we're doing, this is what they're going to run. We just like to be very black and white on what we're doing.
Was it your strategy in that third set to just wipe out their two timeouts as quick as possible?
That's always exciting when that happens, wiping the timeouts out. So yeah, I mean, you can sense the pressure coming from that team when that happens. So yeah, our team can sense that, and that's when you roll with the momentum and you have to make them earn something.
What does it mean for you to get that first NCAA win?
I'm proud of the team. You know, I'm proud of the situation we're in and the position we've earned for ourselves, and this team has done that. They deserve it. But the finish, that was all them. And we've seen it a couple times this season, but to do it right now, that was huge for us, and I'm proud of them.
Did you sense that was coming? That the third set was going to kind of change pace and how the first two win?
There's always potential. You kind of know the personality of your opponent, but that was a really great team. So, I mean, we knew they were going to stay in attack mode, but you could kind of see it happen just in the body language, dialogue. But, I mean, you had to stay on your game and execute, so.
Rice has been a solid team this season, and they were really solid today. How do y'all expect to match up against them tomorrow?
It's going to be a great match. Rice is playing at a very high level, and they are in system. So we are going to have to manage their pin and their middle. I mean, we know they're go-to players, but we really have to serve well. Like you talk about Taylor and our DSs and bros that come in to serve, we need to keep them out of system.
Anything else? All right.
Thanks, and Gigam.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. That was fun.